obviously. Sorry about the pause in the videos, guys. Got a job. Probably do a blog about it later. Vlog, whatever. Video blog. Anyway, yeah, like the title says, I'm going to discuss Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder. And again, I'm going to be pretty much reading from the research I've taken on the computer, so pardon that if you can. Okay, right into it. People with obsessive-compulsive disorder, otherwise known as OCD, have persistent and upsetting thoughts, obsessions, and they use rituals, compulsions, to control the anxiety these thoughts produce. Most of the time, the rituals end up controlling them. For example, a person is obsessed with germs or dirt. They may develop a compulsion to wash their hands over and over again. If they develop an obsession with intruders, they may lock and relock their doors many times before going to bed. Being afraid of social embarrassment may prompt people with OCD to comb their hair compulsively in front of a mirror. Sometimes they get caught in the mirror and can't move away from it. Performing such rituals it's not pleasurable. At best, it produces a temporary relief from the anxiety created by the obsessive thoughts. Other common rituals are a need to repeatedly check things, touch things, especially in a particular sequence, or count things. Some common obsessions include having frequent thoughts of violence and harming loved ones, persistently thinking about performing sexual acts the person dislikes. This would be great for someone who thinks that bestiality is disgusting. They're going to sit there and they're going to think about someone, or them, I guess, having sex with like a dog or a cow or a horse, I don't know. The animals that are typically abused like that, off the top of my head. Other than the horse, I know the horse is a big one. Anyway, excuse me, sorry about that. Or having thoughts that are prohibited by religious beliefs. This would be like, for example, I believe it's Islam that prohibits the eating of pork, or Hinduism prohibits anything that would injure or harm a cow. Leather jacket, beef, steak, whatever. It's against their religion. This would be a prime example of that. Anyway, sorry about that. I have a problem keeping track of where I am. People with OCD may also be preoccupied with order and symmetry, have difficulty throwing things out, so they accumulate or hoard unneeded items. If you know someone in your family who's like a pack rat and they keep everything, that might be because they have obsessive-compulsive disorder. My grandmother probably has it. She packs away every bit of mail she gets, pretty much. We cleaned her house and we found mail from the 1970s, I believe. Maybe the 1960s, I'm not sure. Anyway. Healthy people do have rituals, such as checking to see if the stove is off before leaving the house. The difference lies in that people with OCD perform their rituals even though doing so interferes with their daily life, and they find the repetition distressing. Although most adults with OCD recognize that what they are doing is senseless, some adults and most children may not realize that the behavior is out of the ordinary. OCD affects about 2.2 million American adults, and the problem can be accompanied by eating disorders, other anxiety disorders, or depression. It strikes men and women in roughly equal numbers and usually appears in childhood, adolescence, or early adulthood. 1/3 of adults with OCD develop symptoms as children, and research indicates that OCD might run in families. The course of the disease is quite varied. Symptoms may come and go, ease over time, or get worse. If OCD becomes severe, it can keep a person from working or carrying out normal responsibilities at home. People with OCD may try to help themselves by avoiding situations that trigger their obsessions, or they may use alcohol or drugs to calm themselves. OCD usually responds well to treatment with certain medications and/or exposure-based psychotherapy, in which people face situations that cause fear or anxiety and become less sensitive, or desensitized to them. And yes, there are treatments from everything. There are treatments for OCD, everything from the usual therapy methods all the way down to deep brain stimulation. If you think you might have OCD, get a hold of your psychologist or a psychologist. I am not a psychologist yet. I can give you some advice, but that's about the most I can do. I can answer questions. Again, that's about the most I can do. I'm not a professional yet. Excuse me. Yeah, if you think you got it, get checked. It's never a bad thing to get checked to see if you have a chemical imbalance in your brain. My brother's case with his bipolar is caused by chemical imbalance in his brain. So, yeah. But yes, I've displayed OCD from time to time. I'm a bit of a pack rat myself, but it's not that big of a deal to me. I feel really disappointed when I throw stuff away, but it's also not crippling to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. Just ask away. Cover any topics you want me to cover. Just keep in mind I am not a trained psychologist. I can help, I can offer advice, but like I said, I'm not a trained psychologist yet. I'm in college to become one. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Like I tend to reinforce, it's always a good idea to get checked for a psychological disorder. Never a bad thing. Because most people do not know they have them. The phrase is, well, he's crazy. This is false. If he thinks he's crazy, he's not probably actually crazy. He's acting crazy. It's all a big facade. A truly crazy person, or a person who truly has a disorder, probably does not know that they're doing it. So, hey, even if you think you know someone, talk to them about it, if they let you without breaking your teeth, and tell them, maybe they ought to go get some help. But, yeah, hey, comments, feedback, all that good stuff. Ask any questions you got, and I will try to cover them as best I can. Appreciate you watching. Thank you. Bye.